Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. This is your number one girl, your Lady P, with the Sunday gist, where we have our yet scintillating stories, we have our informative gist, and our self-motivational talks. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. This is Growing with Peculiar. Happy Sunday. I hope you all enjoyed your time in the presence of God, and I know God is going to work wonders in our lives and as an individual. Thank you for coming on board once again. In case you've not joined my YouTube channel, in case you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please turn on the notification bell so that you will get updated when we come on board. Thank you. This is your Lady P, always with the gist, and this is our Growing with Peculiar Sunday edition. We are here again today. We'll be doing one of our topics that we did not finish, which is going to be growing even in the midst of disappointment. Yes, growing even in the midst of disappointment. How do we grow in the midst of disappointment? But before we go for that, as a tradition is here in Growing with Peculiar, I would like to define what it is and what our terms are not. And even if we have already talked about disappointment, we will also have to define what is disappointment. And it is and would always be in a layman terms, because we believe we should be able to assess every other person with this our program every Sunday. That is why we always bring it down to a layman terms. And what is disappointment? Like we have coined disappointment, like I will say here, I will reiterate as at what I had said earlier in our part 1 session, is disappointment is when or something you feel should work and did not work. Something you have envisaged, maybe there was a future, there was a prospect, there was a business, there was anything that you must have put your trust on, or you just your trust, your hope, just like last week when we dealt on dealing with trust issues. That is, so we're able to know what trust is. So bringing trust into this disappointment is something that you must have put your mind, your hope, and you believed it will work and it didn't work. Okay, that is what disappointment is in a layman's term. So how do we relate this into growth even in the midst of disappointment? Like I have said, is growing disappointment, growing even in the midst of disappointment. How do we grow even in the midst of disappointment? How so you say, some people will tell me, how will I grow, how will I move? Coach, what are you even saying? Do you understand what it is you're saying? Yes, I would want to let you know that growth to me even happens faster when you have disappointment. So why am I saying so? I will tell you that number one is you should see disappointment as a fertilizer. Why am I saying as a fertilizer? Because disappointment will be an avenue where you look back, because you wouldn't want to fail again, you wouldn't want to be disappointed again. So to me, disappointment will serve as a fertilizer for you for growth. It will make you grow faster, develop faster, and put yourself together fast. I would also want to advise us that whenever we fail, like we've said in the earlier part, that whenever you fail, you shouldn't keep yourself down. So fertilizer, disappointment will serve as a fertilizer for growth even in the midst of disappointment. And number 2 I have here is, it's going to help us set our perspective straight. Yes, how is it going to help us set our perspective straight? It's going to help set our perspective straight, such that having been able to identify what made you failed, what made you to get disappointment, even in friendship, even in marriage, even in business, in any aspect of your life, you'll be able to identify that. So whenever you see it coming again, you will be able to know that this is what happened in the other time that made me fail. This is what happened that made me not to get what I want. So it's going to help you set your perspective straight and also get it faster. So people should not see disappointment as a form of, it's not the total breakdown of your life. You should even be happy. Well, I wouldn't know if some people would actually get my point when I said you should even be happy that you're disappointed, because, well, I will say so and I will not also say so. Let me also say why I said so. Because if you are disappointed, yes, you will know at least you have tried. First of all, you should applaud yourself for trying and even failing or even being disappointed. Isn't that why I said so? Number 2, why, to help you set your perspective right, and why you should be happy that you were disappointed, or you will know at that point whom your friends are and whom your foes are. So next time you want to thrive, you will know whom and whom not to get alongside with. So disappointment is one of those things that happens in life. Yeah, so even if you're disappointed, you should always look at the other side of the growth. So another one is, you'll be able to know your art. At that point, you will know your capability, you will know your capacity, and you will know your strength. It's going to make you will know how to double your capability, your capacity, and your strength. You will know what to do, what will be your immunity towards you being disappointed. So, and you also have to practice self-acceptance. I think it's more or less like what we have said, that you'll be able to own your heart. At the same time, I need us to practice self-acceptance. You should not always beat yourself that I have failed. And another thing I want to also let us understand is, we should not look at the timetable of others. Yes, maybe you feel somebody is getting it right, somebody is smashing his or her goals, somebody is doing this, somebody is doing that, and you feel you're always disappointed, you see yourself to be a failure. No, it shouldn't be, because your own timetable is not the same thing as that person's timetable. So you should always accept yourself, and you should, since like I said earlier, you will know your strength, you will know your capacity. So at that point, you will know what it is you will be able to do, and as such, you'll be able to increase your output, your input. You'll be able to increase it in order to get your output, your desired output you're looking for. And at the last before the list is feeling disappointed good for you? No. Yes, I would say no, because nobody wants to be disappointed and nobody wants to fail. So if you know the feeling of being disappointed, no matter how beautiful people would, like I am saying now, that you grow, yes, you will grow, because all those lessons you must have learned will help you to grow faster. But I will also advise us that you should make sure disappointment is not an option. But even if that you are disappointed, it will also serve as a fertilizer. It will also help us get our perspective right. It will also help us define our capacity and our capability and strength. It will also help us in building our self-esteem. It will also help us in accepting ourselves for whom we are and what we are. And at the same time, you'll be able to know that doing things right will always make you have things right. You understand? So you should also know that when you understand and know that the feeling of you being disappointed is not good, you would always make things are right to make you always be at the winning side. And the last one that we have here is, always put your trust in God. Always, because God is the author and the finisher of our faith. Is the one that defines our strength. And even in the Bible, he says that he is the one that gives us power to make wealth. God is the most powerful. is the one that gives us the power to do anything. And I think there's a place in the Bible that says, everything we have received. What have you that you've not received? So everything. And there's another one that says, all good and perfect gift comes from the Lord. So what are we not saying? Always, in anything you're doing, always cast your care, put your trust unto the Almighty. Depending on which religion you have, you might be the Christians, you might be the Muslims, you might whichever religion it is you are, just always put your trust in God, and also know that He is the one that gives us power to do anything. He is the one that gives us favor. He is the one that gives us anything. So you should always put your trust in God. And this is where we are going to draw the curtain for today. We have brought our teaching on growing even in the midst of disappointment to a close, and I know you people did really enjoy it, though I had to delay in bringing the part 2 of growing even in the midst of disappointment. So today I said, okay, let me just give my people the remaining parts of the gist. You know why we call it gist now? Because you're gisting and I am gisting. So with this, I say thank you for waiting on me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for also subscribing to my YouTube channel. In case you've not subscribed, I am begging, I am pleading, I am begging. Please turn on the notification bell, as you will always get engaged, as you will always get updated, and I know you always enjoy our sessions every Sunday here, Growing with Peculiar. Thank you.